All right. Your game of the week, of the season, of the century, of the millennium wasn't. Because it was just another week of Georgia being Georgia. And I think we all had high hopes for something similar, at least in tenor, to the Alabama-Tennessee game, that it'd be back and forth, and Hendon Hooker, this Heisman caliber quarterback and hopeful, and all these, Jalen Hyatt and all these guys that are emerging as enormous playmakers on the Tennessee offense, and Josh Heupel and running the crazy Baylor offense on steroids. No. Georgia came to play, and they came to play on both sides of the ball. They didn't do anything spectacular on the ground on offense. They were workmanlike and successful running the ball, but Stetson Bennett was the best quarterback on the field. And he is way more often than not. And maybe Hendon Hooker, probably Hendon Hooker, is the better overall, more talented, more accomplished quarterback in terms of numbers and crazy stats and highlight plays. Stetson Bennett was the one accurate downfield. In mucky weather, Stetson Bennett, especially in that first half, was the one responsible for hitting receivers in stride downfield, where Hendon Hooker overthrew dudes who had a step, overthrew dudes who were schemed open and got open. And I don't blame Hendon Hooker, because a lot of those throws he was being absolutely demolished on as he threw the ball. But that's sort of the story with the best of what Georgia's defense is, especially with a healthier Jalen Carter. Now they're without Nolan Smith for the rest of the season. They didn't have him against Tennessee, but I don't know, they were sending dudes at all angles. And even when Tennessee got going a little bit, even when they were completing third and whatevers, it was impossible. They were making terrific contested catches all game long, which is the hallmark of that Georgia defense. And you gotta tip your cap to the Georgia defensive staff and Kirby Smart for scheming this Tennessee offense into oblivion and outperforming them on the field. It was, I don't know what the ramifications are for the postseason, for the playoff. Georgia looks like one of the best one team in the country right now after Ohio State's performance, Alabama's recent kind of pseudo struggles, and I don't think there's anything left to be proven right now. If you're a Georgia fan or a Georgia player or anybody involved in the Georgia program, they're the best team in America. And the distance is growing and growing. We'll see if Ohio State or Michigan or somebody like that can do something, but I don't know if they're going to turn in a performance like that in bad weather, even, no pun intended, weathering the turnovers, the couple fumbles. Nobody's beating them. They're just not. They're excellent, and I think Tennessee's really good. I don't want to see Tennessee play against a playoff team again, same way I don't want to see Oregon play against a playoff team again after what they did or were not able to do against Georgia to start the season. Georgia's it. Georgia is just it, and Tennessee, they are a good team who is not built to compete on the road in Athens, numbers 1 through 85 in the way that Georgia is, or very few teams ever are. So there's your final. Georgia by a couple scores, and disappointing we didn't get a better game, but also nice to know it was just kind of wall-to-wall emphatic.